For Q22 Palea Exodus M continue. Exodus 25. 12 You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in its 4 feet. 2 rings shall be on the one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. 20 The cherubim shall spread out their wings upward, covering the mercy seat with their wings, with their faces toward one another. The faces of the cherubim shall be toward the mercy seat. 21 You shall put the mercy seat on top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put the covenant that I will give you. 22 There I will meet with you, and I will tell you from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim which are on the ark of the covenant, all that I command you for the children of Israel. 23 You shall make a table of acacia wood. Its length shall be 2 cubits, and its width a cubit, and its height 1½ cubits. 24 You shall overlay it with pure gold, and make a gold molding around it. 25 You shall make a rim of a hand width around it. You shall make a golden molding on its rim around it. 26 You shall make 4 rings of gold for it, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on its 4 feet. 27 The rings shall be close to the rim, for places for the poles to carry the table. 28 You shall make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be carried with them. 29 You shall make its dishes, its spoons, its ladles, and its bowls to pour out offerings with. You shall make them of pure gold. 31 You shall make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand shall be made of hammered work. Its base, its shaft, its cups, its buds, and its flowers shall be of one piece with it. 32 There shall be 6 branches going out of its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand out of its one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of its other side. 33 3 cups made like almond blossoms in one branch, a bud and a flower, and 3 cups made like almond blossoms in the other branch, a bud and a flower, so for the 6 branches going out of the lampstand. 34 And in the lampstand 4 cups made like almond blossoms, its buds and its flowers. Exodus 26. 8 The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits, the 11 curtains shall have one measure. 9 You shall couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shall double over the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tent. 10 You shall make 50 loops, 17, on the edge of the one curtain that is outermost in the coupling, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain which is outermost in the second coupling. 11 You shall make 50 clasps of bronze, and put the clasps into the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. 12 The overhanging part that remains of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remains, shall hang over the back of the tabernacle. 13 The cubit on the one side and the cubit on the other side, of that which remains in the length of the curtains of the tent, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side, to cover it. 14 You shall make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of sea-cow hides above. 15 You shall make the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood, standing upright. 16 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and 1½ cubits the width of each board. 21 And their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. 22 For the far side of the tabernacle westward you shall make 6 boards. 23 You shall make 2 boards for the corners of the tabernacle in the far side. 24 They shall be double beneath, and in the same way they shall be whole to its top to one ring, thus shall it be for them both, they shall be for the 2 corners. 25 There shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. 26 You shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, 27 and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle, for the far side westward. 28 The middle bar in the middle of the boards shall pass through from end to end. 29 You shall overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars. You shall overlay the bars with gold. 30 You shall set up the tabernacle according to the way that it was shown to you on the mountain. Exodus 30:9, 18 You shall offer no strange incense on it, nor burnt offering, nor meal offering, and you shall pour no drink offering on it. Exodus 30 verse 10 Aaron shall make atonement on its horns once in the year, with the blood of the sin offering of atonement once in the year he shall make atonement for it throughout your generations. It is most holy to Yahweh. Exodus 26 verse 36 You shall make a screen for the door of the tent, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, the work of the embroiderer. Exodus 27. 1 You shall make the altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits long, and 5 cubits wide. The altar shall be square. Its height shall be 3 cubits. 2 You shall make its horns on its 4 corners. Its horns shall be of one piece with it. You shall overlay it with bronze. 3 You shall make its pots to take away its ashes, and its shovels, its basins, its meat hooks, and its fire pans. You shall make all its vessels of bronze. 9 You shall make the court of the tabernacle. For the south side southward there shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen 100 cubits long for one side. 10 Its pillars shall be 20, and their sockets 20, of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. 11 Likewise for the length of the north side, there shall be hangings 100 cubits long, and its pillars 20, and their sockets 20, of bronze, the hooks of the pillars, and their fillets, of silver. 12 For the width of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. 13 The width of the court on the east side eastward shall be 50 cubits. 14 The hangings for the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. 18 The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the width 50 throughout, and the height 5 cubits, of fine twined linen, and their sockets of bronze. 19 All the instruments of the tabernacle in all its service, and all its pins, and all the pins of the court, shall be of bronze. And you shall make clothing of blue and purple and scarlet in which to serve in the holy place. 19. Exodus 28. 3 You shall speak to all who are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's garments to sanctify him, that he may minister to me in the priest's office. For these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a fitted tunic, a turban, and a sash. They shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, that he may minister to me in the priest's office. 8 The skillfully woven band, which is on it, shall be like its work and of the same piece, of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen. 9 You shall take 2 onyx stones, and engrave on them the names of the children of Israel. 10 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the 6 that remain on the other stone, in the order of their birth. 11 With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, and you shall engrave the 2 stones, according to the names of the children of Israel. You shall make them to be enclosed in settings of gold. 12 You shall put the 2 stones on the shoulder straps of the ephod, to be stones of memorial for the children of Israel. Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh on his 2 shoulders for a memorial. 22 You shall make on the breastplate chains like cords, of braided work of pure gold. 23 You shall make on the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. 24 You shall put the 2 braided chains of gold in the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. 26 You shall make 2 rings of gold, and you shall put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, on its edge, which is toward the side of the ephod inward. 27 You shall make 2 rings of gold, and shall put them on the 2 shoulder straps of the ephod underneath, in its forepart, close by its coupling, above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. 28 They shall bind the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, that it may be on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and that the breastplate may not swing out from the ephod. 30 You shall put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be on Aaron's heart, when he goes in before Yahweh. Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel on his heart before Yahweh continually. 31 You shall make the robe of the ephod olive blue. 32 It shall have a hole for the head in the middle of it. It shall have a binding of woven work around its hole, as it were the hole of a coat of mail, that it not be torn. 33 On its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, all around its hem, with bells of gold between and around them. 34 A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate, around the hem of the robe. 35 It shall be on Aaron to minister, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the holy place before Yahweh, and when he comes out, that he not die. 36 You shall make a plate of pure gold, and engrave on it, like the engravings of a signet, Holy to Yahweh. 38 It shall be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron shall bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall make holy in all their holy gifts, and it shall be always on his forehead, that they may be accepted before Yahweh. 39 You shall weave the tunic with fine linen. You shall make a turban of fine linen. You shall make a sash, the work of the embroiderer. 40 You shall make tunics for Aaron's sons. You shall make sashes for them. You shall make headbands for them, for glory and for beauty. 41 You shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister to me in the priest's office. 42 You shall make them linen pants to cover their naked flesh. They shall reach from the waist even to the thighs. 43 They shall be on Aaron and on his sons, when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near to the altar to minister in the holy place, that they don't bear iniquity, and die. This shall be a statute forever to him and to his offspring after him. Exodus 29. 1 This is the thing that you shall do to them to make them holy, to minister to me in the priest's office. Take 1 young bull and 2 rams without defect, 2 unleavened bread, unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers, 20. You shall make them of fine wheat flour. 3 You shall put them into 1 basket, and bring them in the basket, with the bull and the 2 rams. For you shall bring Aaron and his sons to the door of the tent of meeting, and shall wash them with water. 5 You shall take the garments, and put on Aaron the tunic, the robe of the ephod, and the breastplate, and clothe him with the skillfully woven band of the ephod. 20 Then you shall kill the ram, and take some of its blood, and put it on the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and on the tip of the right ear of his sons, and on the thumb of their right hand, and on the big toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood around on the altar. 21, 22 Also you shall take some of the ram's fat, the fat tail, the fat that covers the innards, the cover of the liver, the 2 kidneys, the fat that is on them, and the right thigh, for it is a ram of consecration. 23 In 1 loaf of bread, 1 cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of unleavened bread that is before Yahweh. 24 You shall put all of this in Aaron's hands, and in his sons' hands, and shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. 25 You shall take them from their hands, and burn them on the altar on the burnt offering, for a pleasant aroma before Yahweh. It is an offering made by fire to Yahweh. 31 You shall take the ram of consecration and boil its meat in a holy place. 32 Aaron and his sons shall eat the meat of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket, at the door of the tent of meeting. 33 They shall eat those things with which atonement was made, to consecrate and sanctify them, but a stranger shall not eat of it, because they are holy. 34 If anything of the meat of the consecration, or of the bread, remains to the morning, then you shall burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. 35 You shall do so to Aaron and to his sons, according to all that I have commanded you. You shall consecrate them 7 days. 36 Every day you shall offer the bull of sin offering for atonement. You shall cleanse the altar when you make atonement for it. You shall anoint it, to sanctify it. 37 7 days you shall make atonement for the altar, and sanctify it, and the altar shall be most holy. Whatever touches the altar shall be holy. 38 Now this is that which you shall offer on the altar, 2 lambs a year old day by day continually. 39 The 1 lamb you shall offer in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer at evening. 40 And with the 1 lamb 1/10 part of an ephah of fine flour mixed with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of a hin of wine for a drink offering. 41 The other lamb you shall offer at evening, and shall do to it according to the meal offering of the morning and according to its drink offering, for a pleasant aroma, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Exodus 30. 12. When you take a census of the children of Israel, according to those who are counted among them, then each man shall give a ransom for his soul to Yahweh, when you count them, that there be no plague among them when you count them. 13. They shall give this, everyone who passes over to those who are counted, half a shekel according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs, half a shekel for an offering to Yahweh. 14. Everyone who passes over to those who are counted, from 20 years old and upward, shall give the offering to Yahweh. 15. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less, than the half shekel, when they give the offering of Yahweh, to make atonement for your souls. 16. You shall take the atonement money from the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tent of meeting, that it may be a memorial for the children of Israel before Yahweh, to make atonement for your souls. 17. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, 18. You shall also make a basin of bronze, and its base of bronze, in which to wash. You shall put it between the tent of meeting and the altar, and you shall put water in it. 29. You shall sanctify them, that they may be most holy. Whatever touches them shall be holy. 30. You shall anoint Aaron and his sons, and sanctify them, that they may minister to me in the priest's office. 31. You shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, This shall be a holy anointing oil to me throughout your generations. 34. Yahweh said to Moses, Take to yourself sweet spices, gum resin, onycha, and galbanum, sweet spices with pure frankincense. There shall be an equal weight of each. 35. You shall make incense of it, a perfume after the art of the perfumer, seasoned with salt, pure and holy. 36. You shall beat some of it very small, and put some of it before the covenant in the tent of meeting, where I will meet with you. It shall be to you most holy. 37. The incense which you shall make, according to its composition you shall not make for yourselves, it shall be to you holy for Yahweh. 38. Whoever shall make any like that, to smell of it, he shall be cut off from his people. Exodus 31. 1. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, 2. Behold, I have called by name Bezalel the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. 3. I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, and in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all kinds of workmanship, for to devise skillful works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in bronze. 5. And in cutting of stones for setting, and in carving of wood, to work in all kinds of workmanship. 6. Behold, I myself have appointed with him Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, and in the heart of all who are wise-hearted I have put wisdom, that they may make all that I have commanded you. 7. The tent of meeting, the ark of the covenant, the mercy seat that is on it, all the furniture of the tent. 8. The table and its vessels, the pure lamp stand with all its vessels, the altar of incense. 12. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, 13. Speak also to the children of Israel, saying, Most certainly you shall keep my Sabbaths, for it is a sign. 14. To you. Everyone who profanes it shall surely be put to death, for whoever does any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 15. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, holy to Yahweh. Whoever does any work on the Sabbath day shall surely be put to death. Exodus 32. 2. Aaron said to them, Take off the golden rings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them to me. 3. All the people took off the golden rings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. For he received what they handed him, fashioned it with an engraving tool, and made it a molded calf. Then they said, These are your gods, Israel, which brought you up out of the land of Egypt. 5. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made a proclamation, and said, Tomorrow shall be a feast to Yahweh. 6. They rose up early on the next day, and offered burnt offerings, and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and to drink, and rose up to play. 7. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Go down, for your people, who you brought up out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. 8. They have turned away quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made themselves a molded calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed to it, and said, These are your gods, Israel, which brought you up out of the land of Egypt. 10 Now therefore leave me alone, that my wrath may burn hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of you a great nation. And Yahweh was very angry enough with Aaron to destroy him, and Moses prayed for Aaron. 22. 11 Moses begged Yahweh his God, and said, Yahweh, why does your wrath burn hot against your people, that you have brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty arm? 12 Why should the Egyptians talk, saying, He brought them out for evil, to kill them in the mountains, and to consume them from the surface of the earth? Turn from your fierce wrath, and turn away from this evil against your people. 13 Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, your servants, to whom you swore by your own self, and said to them, I will multiply your offspring as the stars of the sky, and all this land that I have spoken of I will give to your offspring, and they shall inherit it forever. 14 So Yahweh turned away from the evil which he said he would do to his people. 15 Moses turned, and went down from the mountain, with the 2 tablets of the covenant in his hand, tablets that were written on both their sides. They were written on one side and on the other. 16 The tablets were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God, engraved on the tablets. 17 When Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moses, There is the noise of war in the camp. 18 He said, It isn't the voice of those who shout for victory. It is not the voice of those who cry for being overcome, but the noise of those who sing that I hear. 19 As soon as he came near to the camp, he saw the calf and the dancing. Then Moses' anger grew hot, and he threw the tablets out of his hands, and broke them beneath the mountain. 25 When Moses saw that the people were out of control, for Aaron had let them lose control, causing derision among their enemies. 26 Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp, and said, Whoever is on Yahweh's side, come to me. All the sons of Levi gathered themselves together to him. 27 He said to them, Yahweh, the God of Israel, says, Every man put his sword on his thigh, and go back and forth from gate to gate throughout the camp, and every man kill his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. 28 The sons of Levi did according to the word of Moses. About 3,000 men fell of the people that day. 29 Moses said, Consecrate yourselves today to Yahweh, for every man was against his son and against his brother, that he may give you a blessing today. 30 On the next day, Moses said to the people, You have sinned a great sin. Now I will go up to Yahweh, perhaps I shall make atonement for your sin. Exodus 33. 12 Moses said to Yahweh, Behold, you tell me, Bring up this people, and you haven't let me know whom you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found favor in my sight. 13 Now therefore, if I have found favor in your sight, please show me your way, now, that I may know you, so that I may find favor in your sight, and consider that this nation is your people. 15 Moses said to him, If your presence doesn't go with me, don't carry us up from here. 16 For how would people know that I have found favor in your sight, I and your people? Isn't it that you go with us, so that we are separated, I and your people, from all the people who are on the surface of the earth? 17 Yahweh said to Moses, I will do this thing also that you have spoken, for you have found favor in my sight, and I know you by name. 18 Moses said, Please show me your glory. 19 He said, I will make all my goodness pass before you, and will proclaim Yahweh's name before you. I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. 20 He said, You cannot see my face, for man may not see me and live. 21 Yahweh also said, Behold, there is a place by me, and you shall stand on the rock. 22 It will happen, while my glory passes by, that I will put you in a cleft of the rock, and will cover you with my hand until I have passed by. 23 Then I will take away my hand, and you will see my back, but my face shall not be seen. Exodus 34. 1 Yahweh said to Moses, Chisel 2 stone tablets like the first. I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke. 2 Be ready by the morning, and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself there to me on the top of the mountain. 3 No one shall come up with you or be seen anywhere on the mountain. Do not let the flocks or herds graze in front of that mountain. 10 He said, Behold, I make a covenant, before all your people I will do marvels, such as have not been worked in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among whom you are shall see the work of Yahweh, for it is an awesome thing that I do with you. 11 Observe that which I command you today. Behold, I will drive out before you the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Girgashite, 23, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. 12 Be careful, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where you are going, lest it be for a snare among you. 13 But you shall break down their altars, and dash in pieces their pillars, and you shall cut down their Asherah poles. 15 Don't make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, lest they play the prostitute after their gods, and sacrifice to their gods, and one call you and you eat of his sacrifice. 16 And you take of their daughters to your sons, and make your sons play the prostitute after their gods. 17 You shall make no cast idols for yourselves. 18 You shall keep the feast of unleavened bread. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you, at the time appointed in the month Abib, for in the month Abib you came out of Egypt. 20 You shall redeem the firstborn of a donkey with a lamb. If you will not redeem it, then you shall break its neck. You shall redeem all the firstborn of your sons. No one shall appear before me empty. 21 6 days you shall work, but on the 7th day you shall rest, in plowing time and in harvest you shall rest. 22 You shall observe the feast of weeks with the firstfruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of harvest at the year's end. 23 3 times in the year all your males shall appear before the Lord Yahweh, the God of Israel. 24 For I will drive out nations before you and enlarge your borders, neither shall any man desire your land when you go up to appear before Yahweh, your God, 3 times in the year. 27 Yahweh said to Moses, Write these words, for in accordance with these words I have made a covenant with you and with Israel. 28 He was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights, he neither ate bread, nor drank water. He wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. Exodus 35. 1 Moses assembled all the congregation of the children of Israel, and said to them, These are the words which Yahweh has commanded, that you should do them. Exodus 36. 21 10 cubits was the length of a board, and a cubit and a half the width of each board. 22 Each board had 2 tenons, joined to one another. He made all the boards of the tabernacle this way. 23 He made the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side southward. 24 He made 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. Exodus 37. 9 The cherubim spread out their wings above, covering the mercy seat with their wings, with their faces toward one another. The faces of the cherubim were toward the mercy seat. 10 He made the table of acacia wood. Its length was 2 cubits, and its width was a cubit, and its height was a cubit and a half. 11 He overlaid it with pure gold, and made a gold molding around it. 12 He made a border of a hand's width around it, and made a golden molding on its border around it. 13 He cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put the rings in the 4 corners that were on its 4 feet. 14 The rings were close by the border, the places for the poles to carry the table. 15 He made the poles of acacia wood, and overlaid them with gold, to carry the table. 16 He made the vessels which were on the table, its dishes, its spoons, its bowls, and its pitchers with which to pour out, of pure gold.